And that message is that abundance is waiting on you. Your abundance is nobody's job but yours. I'm going to let that sit there for a minute. Your abundance is your responsibility. I don't care what you think. Abundance is not somewhere hidden. Abundance is not somewhere stashed away from you. Abundance belongs to everybody and it's waiting on you. It's waiting on your belief. Good morning, 3D Glass Designs. Good morning, Tia. It's waiting on your action. It's waiting on you to accept it, for you to open your arms to it. But this morning, we're going to be talking about 5 ways to get to work on your abundance immediately. And I'm going to say that again for the cheap seats. The way you live your life is nobody's responsibility but yours. I don't care what you think. I don't care what you've heard. Nobody is keeping you from living your best life. And nobody can force you to live your best life. Nobody can take you somewhere that you don't want to go. The first step, the Bible even says faith without works. You got to get to work on your abundance. The same way you get to work at a job, you got to work on your abundance. So we're going to talk about 5 steps this morning. 5 steps to get to work on your abundance, because your abundance is waiting on you. Number 1, you got to stop blaming everybody else for your lack of. You've got to stop trying to point the finger at everybody, from your baby daddy to your job to whoever. What you have and what you don't have is always as a result of the work that you've done. Can I get an amen on that? Good morning, Rashonda. When you look around your life, if you don't like what you see, this is what you've created. This is what you've created with your belief. This is what you've created by even the way you choose to spend your time. Abundance, just like a garden, must be cultivated. Abundance, just like a job, must be worked at. Everybody says, oh, you can manifest your abundance. Oh, yeah, if manifestation means you're going to have to get out there and do some work. Stop thinking that your abundance is everybody else's fault or anybody else's responsibility. When you get tired of the way that you're living, you'll be willing and ready to do whatever it takes. Listen, there are no silver bullets. There aren't. I can coach you. I can show you. I can even build for you. But at the end of the day, if you don't get up and get out and go get your abundance, nobody else can. And I know that's a hard message, but the same way you get up and go get a job, you've got to get up and go get your abundance. Nobody's going to do it for you. Nobody in any capacity is able to redeem your promise from the Most High. Nobody. Last night I did a webinar called 7 Paths to Abundance, where we talked about what it really takes to get your abundance. I'm doing an encore tonight. You can register at bit.ly/worthmore2023. And there were people that weren't even willing to sit through the session to understand the many different paths. The many different paths that are available to us today that weren't available to my mother, weren't available to my grandmother. And that's absolutely right, Alexandra. There's no coasting to success. There are no cheat seats. There are ways to make it easier, but you still must do your work. I don't care if you hire 1,000 coaches. A coach is never going to take the shot for Michael Jordan. A coach is never going to run the play for Kobe Bryant. A coach ain't going to never throw for a touchdown or run into the end zone for you. Anything else, you fooling yourself. Anything else, and you're fooling yourself. I don't care if you hire a marketing firm, you still got to show up and create content. If you hire a weight loss coach, you're going to still have to keep your mouth closed when it's time to eat. You've got to stop blaming any and everybody else for the way you live. Because when you decide that you want more, you will do. Y'all, I can't even explain the level of sacrifices I've made to run this business. I can't even explain. So when it's all said and done, when you want it, guess what you're going to do? You're going to do differently, which brings me to number 2. There is a right work when it comes to abundance. Are you working consistently? Are you working timely on your abundance? Or are you spending your time and energy on everything but your abundance, thinking that your abundance is just going to grow like wild weeds, and it doesn't? Can I get an amen? It doesn't. If left unattended, your abundance will die just like a garden. If left unattended, your abundance will turn brown just like a garden. When you don't get up and attend to your abundance, you won't have any. And for you to think that anybody else can or will attend for your abundance for you, that's mistaken. You've got to do your work on your abundance. So number 1, stop blaming other people. Number 2, you got to do the right work. Number 3, you got to be open to opportunities. All opportunities ain't good opportunities. They not. But there are so many opportunities out there. Do your due diligence. Every opportunity is not for everybody. But there's so much opportunity. Everything from government contracts and sponsorship. I told a story last night of a man who went out and took $200,000 worth of business credit, bought a property for $100,000, bought the rehab materials for $25,000, got the labor for $50,000, rehabbed the property and resold it for $400,000, paid the credit card company back their $200,000. So he basically made $200,000 without coming out of pocket a dollar. But we won't sit still and build our business credit. We won't even see what is required. We think, oh, my personal credit bad, so I'm not going to try my business credit, and they have nothing to do with each other. So again, are you open to learning? I call it money diversity. Because the only place we learned that you could get money was at a job. And nobody else is teaching us that this internet is lucrative, that these government contracts are lucrative, that real estate investing is lucrative, that there are so many ways to get rich that it's unreal. But are you willing to do the work? Are you willing to? There are no silver bullets. There's no magic wands. There's no get rich quick. There's no instant money. Are you willing to do the work? Zentegrity said, I am. Somebody type in, I am. Are you willing to do what is required in order to yield your harvest? You have the resources. And let me tell you why. Everybody under the sound of my voice has something they can do, create, or teach. Everybody. Everybody. There's not one person under the sound of my voice that does not have something that they can do, create, or teach. Now, are you willing to go get 1,000 no's in order to get one yes? Are you willing to show up day in and day out, even when it doesn't quote unquote feel good? People tell me, Coach, you make it look easy. How? How? I still got to get up and get out and do the work. I still got to get out and get up and go get the knowledge. I still got to get up and get out and stay encouraged, even when people act a fool. It is not easy for me, but I refuse to not have. Are you with me yet? I would rather do this than work a job. And I don't care how hard this gets. I would rather do this for me than for somebody else. Good morning, Dewana. So it's all about choices. Your abundance is not hidden. It's not tucked away. It's not going to everybody but you. Your abundance is waiting on you to get up and do the things that are necessary in order for you to move the needle. One of those things is you got to learn. You've got to be ready to, let me not just say learn. You're going to have to relearn. Somebody type that in. You're going to have to relearn what abundance really is. You're going to have to relearn the many opportunities there are out there. You're going to have to relearn what it really takes to be abundance. You're going to have to relearn money outside of a job. This is a whole rewiring that we talked about. If you was on last night, you walked away with a whole different understanding of money, y'all. That's why I'm doing an encore tonight. I don't want anybody to miss it. Go to bit.ly/worthmore2023. If you missed last night, you missed the whole education. Everybody last night, good morning, Bliss Beauty Detroit, walked away saying, damn. And yes, I'm a reverend. I do cuss. I went to theology school. That's what reverend means. I don't pastor no church. Hello? For all the saints in the audience talking about, oh, you be cussing. I went to theology school. That's how I got my reverend title. It's real. Don't keep me from cussing. Hello? Y'all seen the cussing pastor on the internet. That's another problem. So we're busy. So busy worried about what everybody else doing. Your abundance is over there just lackadaisical. So busy worried about what everybody. If you could stop worrying about what everybody else is doing and just worry about you and your generational wealth and just worry about your legacy and just worry about your next level. Boy, things would be totally different. I promise you. When I was getting ready to leave my job, I couldn't worry about nothing but me and my working my business and my family. I quit worrying about who got what promotion. I quit worrying about who got what raise. I quit worrying about the water cooler scandals. I couldn't do nothing but go to work, come home and work my business. I had to divorce those things that did not serve me. And on your way to abundance, you're going to have to leave behind some things that don't serve you, that don't serve you mentally, that don't serve you physically. And it may mean you need to change your whole life up. Your whole life as you know it may change. Sometimes we cling to less than because we're afraid of more than. Sometimes we're afraid of that success that's right around that next corner. Sometimes we put the brakes on ourselves. We hold ourselves back. But when you restrain yourself, you're restraining your abundance. When you hold yourself back, you're holding back your abundance. Again, we're so afraid of what are people going to say if we're successful. The truth of the matter is they're going to talk about you if you're not. Do you know, and this is sad, but it's true. Do you know that some people, no matter how hard you work and how much you do, will never be satisfied? Let me just say that again for the cheap seats. Some people, no matter how much you work or how much you do, will never be satisfied because they feel like it's your job, whatever you do for them. Oh, that's your job. But the truth is, abundance is every man's job for himself. There is nobody to complain to when your abundance does not line up. You got to go look in the mirror and you got to say, what have I done? Or what have I failed to do that is causing my abundance to be scarce? I don't know if anybody heard that. And I'm going to tell you this piece too. Some of y'all need to friend up. That's the new saying I'm using. You need to friend up. What does friend up mean? That means you need to get away from some of those friends with small mind thinking. You need to friend up. You need to get rid of some of those friends that are not rooting for you. You need to friend up. You need to get away from some of the people that only know you when they need something. You need to friend up. Somebody type that in, friend up. That's really a thing. You need to level up. Who you spend your time and your energy with. If they're not giving you good energy, you don't need to spend your time there. And that's a real truth. Because you're going to connect and receive not just your energy, but the energy of the people around you, the knowledge. Good morning, Denise, of the people around you. That's what friends are for. And you know what, Alexandra? I don't think that necessarily your friend circle has to be 2 or 3 people. I think you can expand your network because networks are necessary and women get that confused. Women get networks and friendships confused. Everybody ain't your friend, but you definitely need a powerful network. I'm going to say that again for the cheap seats. Everybody's not your friend. They not. But do you need a network? Yes. A knowledgeable network. We're going to talk about that tonight. bit.ly/worthmore2023. If you were here last night or if you want to see it again, make sure you register. Tia put the links in for me. Let me recap. Abundance is all around you. Your abundance is your responsibility. Let me do a pop quiz. Whose responsibility is your abundance? Somebody type in the answer. Do a little piece of pop quiz this morning, y'all. You weren't ready for that, was you? You weren't ready for that, was you? Whose responsibility is your abundance? Yours. Yours and yours alone. And there's absolutely nobody that can usher in your abundance for you. There's nobody that can go pick up. Hey, while you out, can you grab my abundance at the store? No. Everybody's got to get in line for his or herself. And what does that mean? Stop blaming everybody else for your lack of abundance. The way you live your life, good, bad, or indifferent. The way you live your life, good, bad, or indifferent, is the life that you've carved out. So when it's not going the way you want, you got to go look in the mirror and say, what do I need to do different? Which brings me to number 2. You got to do the right work. Abundance is more than a bunch of affirmations. Abundance is more than, oh, I'm going to hire a coach. That's a step. But you still got to do your work. It's a step, but it don't keep you from showing up every day. That's like buying a gold mine. I want to talk about it real quick. You can buy a gold mine. But if you don't get into that gold mine, I said work, Brent. I said like Rihanna, work. If you don't go into that gold mine with your tools and bring out gold every day, good morning, Marnie, you're not going to have any gold. I'm going to say that again so you have an understanding. You could buy a diamond mine. But if you don't go into that diamond mine and get to mining some diamonds, I'm watching some crazy show Troy got me watching. They mine opals. And they make like $80,000, $100,000 a day mining opals. But they have to get into that opal mine. They got to take their pick. They got to chip away for hours and hours in the sun. Somebody say, my. They got to chip away so the opals are there. But if they don't go, you can't mine them at night. Because if you mine them at night, they don't shine right. So you can't mine them at night. You got to mine them in the daytime. So if they don't go out in the hot desert heat and chip away for hours, they don't mine any opals. That's your abundance. Did I state that okay, fam? That's your abundance. And I don't care how much of it you have stored up in you. I don't care how much the Most High sent you to this planet with. Because he said he had a plan for your life. A plan for you to be prosperous. And that's true. But nowhere in that plan did he say, you're not going to have to do some work. He never said that. He never said, that's like you going to college and expecting somebody else to write your thesis. That's like going to college and expecting somebody else to show up in class for you. It ain't but so much somebody else can do. Anything else, you fooling yourself. You got to do the work. So many of us are just like that. We are full of abundance. We are full of gifts. We are full of talent. And we don't want to do the work. And we have to. There's no two ways around it. So I'm doing an encore tonight, guys. bit.ly/worthmore 2023. Make sure you register. It's going to be amazing tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And guys, you got to remember, your abundance is your birthright. But who said it's just going to land in your lap? Your abundance is your birthright. But who says it's just going to jump up and come and knock on your door and ask you, are you ready to leave? Your abundance belongs to you. But are you willing to? And I'm not saying you got to knock yourself out and work all day, all night. But if you want it, you may have to. But whatever you're willing to do at a job, are you at least willing to do that much for yourself? Whatever you're willing to do at a job, are you willing to do at least that much for your generational wealth? You know, we go out of our way. Go out of our way to get a promotion at a job. Go out of our way to get a raise at a job. But now when you have millions at your fingertip, because government contracts are million, corporations are giving away millions, there's millions of dollars in grants, there's millions of dollars in business credit, there's millions of dollars in real estate investing, there's millions of dollars all over the place. And we know that. But we count ourselves out. We come up with reasons why we're not eligible for abundance. And so we sit by and watch everybody else get rich and don't believe for us. We sit by and watch everybody else live different. We sit by and watch everybody else explore opportunities. I'm saying now is your time. Now is your time. This time belongs to you. Are you willing to show up and do your work? That's it. So don't miss tonight, guys. 7 Paths to Abundance. It's a free event. Register now. I can tell you right now, there were so many breakthroughs last night. So many aha moments. I'm walking into my next in this thing. You know, for a long time, I coach profits, but I'm walking into my next. And my next is, you know, getting you prepared for your abundance, having you open to all the different paths that are out there. But you can't. You must not feel that your abundance is anybody's responsibility other than yours. Anything else, then you're fooling yourself. Anything else, then you're tricking yourself. Guys, tonight is 7 bit.ly/worthmore 2023. And remember, it's up to you to claim your abundance. Stop blaming everybody else for the way you live your life.